And so, a third map. Old versus new here. Nouns have been sitting at the top of North American Counter-Strike, you know, Carson and crew, for at least the last 10 seasons of what was ESL Premier and now the ESL Challenger League. And they're faced off versus Unjustified. An upset roster having a dream start to their ECL dreams. Let's see if they can keep it going. As we move to our decider, CJ to open things up here on towards his B site, and everyone gets eviscerated. Nouns are trying to stay in their stead. It's just Arcade in a 1v5.
I was gonna say, they have all the players right in the where they need to be posted on up there. I thought that was gonna go a lot better, but then they kind of get their attention broken between Cave and Ramp, and once that happens, it is so hard to recover right there. So even if you have 4 players, it just gets broken apart. And Nouns, they come in with a little bit of fury. They're angry about that last map. Didn't like how that one went. They just got to have so much fun on Mirage, right? I thought that was gonna be their way of coasting on in throughout this lower bracket, but you know, it's a wake-up call on Vertigo that they're gonna have to fight if they want to close out this this series.
Yeah, the thing is, I feel like Nouns Ancient is another one of these comfort. Oh, Carson's going for knife kills. No, he was wide swinging with the USP instead. But this is a map that I think Nouns can really enjoy. It's a map that allows for a lot of freedom in terms of the calling here. Hi there, Marky. But and now pan over to CJ, and then just 4 consecutive instant kills on that B site. But talking about here on Ancient, you can take a lot of step forwards, a lot of fluid calling on this map can come through in terms of the B lane, mid aggression, and all of that. And I think that's where Nouns feel a lot more individual freedom here.
What they do, trying to feel that success. We have a quick alert here. We got a CS update, I think.
Oh, bye-bye.
Okay, Marky, plucking one out. So hopefully no one disconnects.
Yeah, if someone disconnects, we're gonna be in for a long one. We have a...
It is 3 patch notes. Or 2 patch notes. They fixed a bug where weapon switches right after a grenade throws were slightly delayed, and fixed a bug where you could plant C4 in planter. So I assume that means like a pot there that which is an animation of the bomb. Not sure.
Plant vision of the planter, or... You know, there's the little bug where if you're planting as the round switches, you're planting in T-spawn.
Yeah, I think Mike got that recently. Brian clipped it on Twitter.
Yeah. Planting in T-spawn. Yeah, but just a visual thing. Well, I hope that really doesn't interrupt our match here tonight. That would be quite annoying. It's not like a life-changing update or anything like that. Just the daily bug fix. We'll see.
No disconnects. Everyone has to stay in the server. It's like a... It's a cell until one team's eliminated and one team moves forward. There will be no escape allowed from this series. And
oh my goodness. Boys. And no one took any damage, so this is going to be a round restart. But, boys. As we speak it into existence, we're pretty good at that goal.
Can't make it up, man. Oh.
Yeah. No damage dealt. Gonna have to wait for the admin to arrive at the scene.
Zyrus, come help us.
Zyrus, come on, wake up!
We need you. Yeah, that couldn't have been timed any better. Absolutely unbelievable. Ooh.
So, yeah, so early 2-0 start here for Nouns, but now as we have a disconnect, gosh, we've been hit with the tech pause bug so far this one, but already the early signs are saying that Nouns are in the comfort zone right now when it comes down to this map. Even then, back on Vertigo, there just wasn't the space to allow for the crazy Nouns individual moments, besides Marky holding down a B site.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't realize how much Marky was doing until you kind of looked at the small amount of rounds that were had, and then when finally Marky did kind of stumble a little bit on that B site, what really the Nouns camp had on offer on that map, it was so limited. We saw that eco allowed for them to close out from that point forward, and it was just all the back of Marky losing a little bit of space on that B-bomb site. No one else really able to step up there on that last map. So it was very surprising because, again, now it's just usually that full team, full squad. But that time, it really was a one-man show.
Yeah, that's a really... a really glaring issue over there on that map of Vertigo, but fortunately, again, we're in a best of 3. Unjustified picked it for obvious reasons there, but now you're going down to Ancient, you're going into much more comfortable territory here for Nouns. I mean, even going back to like 2021, I remember a massive upset that they had over Pain Gaming back in ECL season. This is back when like Safe was on the lineup. Like that lineup was terrifying to play against, and they pulled a 2-1 out of the hat, ran a 12-3 scoreline back. So, this is a deadly map for Nouns historically, and Unjustified are going to have to beat history here. Again, we've had nearly 10 seasons of Carson and crew versus Unjustified basically in their first round of ECL, and they're in the top 6. Again, a big question of whether that will end here.
That's just a storied roster here. And always a contender for what feels like the title here in ECL, but gonna be sent out early by these new boys on the block here. Lake doing great damage around the smoke, and what are these angles that they have to deal with? Are they gonna push past it, or are they gonna hide behind it here? Who's to say? But Arcade gonna run away here. Carson finds 2, and it's just about enough here to at least get into 3v3.
Wolfie thinking about swinging middle, but Cyrix is going to back it up with a double kill to answer what Lake couldn't finish. And now 1v3 here for CJ. It was looking like the wheels were coming off. A great spray transfer comes through from Carson. But there's the reply. There's an answer back. And finally, Unjustified shut down. Nouns advances.
Just be nice if you could even just get a bomb plant in this sort of position. Seb. Oh, I don't want to mess with that tap. Deadly. The AK right there. So he won't. CJ has a small window to plant this bomb in which he will take and capitalize on. Starts the 1v3. Starts a position. He can hope and dream. He's got some utility as well. Smoke is what he needs to get down right now. And he's just looking for one more fight.
Wait, he gets around the corner though. They might assume... Oh, he made a footstep. He made one footstep, and Seb is now aware of it. I mean, he could have nailed the timing there. I mean, the assumption is he's playing in from that B ramp, but not to be. So, Nouns will be denied in middle. Really wild round, all things said, but Cyrix comes up with 3.
God, we just... throughout the entirety of it, played on a knife's edge here towards the middle. Carson finally breaks a mold there. You think that is what they were looking for throughout that whole round, but more reinforcements arrive onto the scene there. Unjustified able to recover. Find themselves on the board here for the first round. Once they get the rifles out.
Cyrix. He's gotta get that utility belt in, and he'll get that smoke in just a tad bit late, but it's on the mark either way. Nouns with the bomb plant, they'll get themselves another purchase. Really aggressive stance here from Wolfie. Could really get burnt by an AK-47, taking time with utility in hand as well. But it does establish the control.
Ground being gained here. Marky looking to test the waters again. Was a huge facilitator in that last map. And looking to find some entries on inbound towards this A side this time around. Boosted up on that tree angle, so he's taking a lot of space, clearing a lot of corners for his roster. Meantime, you're just going to see Arcade dive in.
Oh, but he spots the leg there now. And there isn't really a molly in time to flush Arcade off of this position. I say that it was in the air. Who's looking at the utility belts? And problems now as Lake also falls. Wolfie returns back to Donut where CJ just deletes him. Nouns, they're working the space here on the A site, and it's already a save from Unjustified.
Let's spam through the smoke here, and the lack of bomb plant encourage them forward. No, not at all. It's our answer there. Just a delay in the bomb plant there. Eventually they punch in the digits, and Nouns do enough to scare them off. Unjustified. Careful with their economy. Careful with the safe calling. Again, it's Marky cracking things open here, taking space for his team, and immediately clearing out Donut. One of the best post plants you can find yourself in this game is getting that Donut control with the bomb down. And once you have that, I mean, really good luck trying to recover when there's resources to work with on Nouns. So, yeah, Unjustified, don't even trial it.
Yeah, that is a rule of thumb here on the A site. You can't just plant the bomb and leave. You have to take an extra extremity on that. And Nouns realize that no one home as well for Unjustified. Kind of an under-defended site once Arcade tosses himself into the mix. And Lake goes down to spam. So, 3-1 start.
Fantastic start to the rifles that they bring on out. They kick things off just about nicely. And they want to keep the ball moving here. With the good save, with the safe, cautious play. They're still going to be able to bring in rifles into the fray.
Trying to establish this B lane control right now. Wolfie always going to be a presence here inside of Cave. You wonder if any of these rounds he could go punish. Ooh, those wall bangs are certainly hurting down onto Arcade. The headshot landed, he might have been sent flying. In the meantime, back to middle. Lake on the hold, catches Carson as he runs through the smoke. And Cynic, who he's feeling the heat as well. Arcade started this round at half HP, but deals it right back. That nade, though. Oh, better hop. And it works. Jump in midair. Down to 9 HP.
Able to get away here. Evade. What felt like certain death. Just crawling up the ramp now for B-Wills. Ooh. Hiding behind some of that smoke. Wolfie, yeah, wants to go through it here. Maybe off that contact of Seb, but he loses his teammate.
Oh, but there's a trade as well. Marky got past the line. And Lake, while he does arrive and get some good damage in, it's back lane's control. CJ charges forward. Lake runs out of ammo. Still goes down to 9 HP. But tragically, Cyberx cannot hit a shot onto Cynic. So Arcade must back away. Call it off, and Nouns are going to start off strong.
Just continue that absolute stampede. Closing out another one there. Brute forcing their way on in on this round. Okay, dancing with that H. He just managed to find it. This is B-Wills with that great space creation. There's always players to trade here. This is much more like it for now. This is that full team effort that we were mentioning was missing on that last map here. And in this victory, you got 4 kills, and then, you know, the only kill that they don't find somehow is Arcade, who just about escapes death.
I will say that's pretty unfortunate for Unjustified that they couldn't finish their meal on a bunch of different kills. The credit also has to go for Nouns. That is the one thing with Nouns. Like, we call them an individualistic team. But again, they're a team that plays simple, fundamental Counter-Strike, right? Where they have good trades everywhere. And they find themselves advantageous 1v1s wherever they go. So here we go again. But, ooh, speaking of, well, not really having the trades there. Cynic charges forward and meets an MP9. Now feeling the heat back at Donut, though. It will be answered back by Carson. Still needing to take steps forward. Wolfie could activate on this. Here's the footsteps. Now it's up to Arcade. Saved AK on this one. Looking the wrong way for Carson, but steps out into the open, trying to help out Lake. But instead, 2 clean entries right back. Bomb plant looking likely.
No question about it here. Seb looking to be a hero, but he just has P2000. Marky just gonna immediately dismiss that opportunity here. It's Wolfie hanging about with the AK in hand. You might want to hold on to that. Got some nice stickers. The sunlight. This is a gorgeous gun. It's gonna be Nouns. Getting their way to a 5th here.
Yeah. And given some opportunities, courtesy of Wolfie on the opener, but maybe Arcade only expecting the one in middle. Obviously, that was the call that the donut player in Cyrix gave, that there was only one entry fragger there. So the complete picture was not present for the A-site defense, and the crisp entries come through. Yeah, you can see this here from Cyrix. There's definitely only one on his screen, so Arcade gets this kill, but then swings wide. And tough beats, as we say.
You're saying that. You've always have been. Tough team to take on right now, Unjustified. Losing out a little bit of that momentum right now. Off that last map here, they found themselves in the woods. Needed to recover. I'm just giving them that reminder here of who the big dogs are. I'm sure it's a big reality check once you find yourself only one map away from elimination here in ECL playoffs. But Lake, looking to level up his game here, finds a big opening duel. Carson down early.
Yeah, breaking some sweat here, but look at this. CJ wants to react on towards his ace, or rather B site. Seb trying to fall back, but can't escape CJ, who is just relentless, doesn't let go of the W key. And safe plant for Cynic. This is going to be a retake effort coming through. You can see these flanks are starting to get cordoned off, but Arcade's actually going to step in front of it and activate this flank early on. Only now does B-Will start to turn his crosshair there, but caught between multiple players at the smokes fade. Still 2 back though. Individual ability, hauling it for now. Cynic with a double. And this round's done. An opportunity there for Unjustified as Arcade slips by, but it doesn't matter.
Left with no other option than a fadeaway right there. Shutting down an opening pick, just turned sour there. Maybe you had a little bit of hope with this flank activating. You thought it was the case here, but that contact pushing and pulling CJ and Cynic playing off each other so well. And guess who's just fallen there? Lake at the very last second of the round there gets caught in the flames, engulfed. Nouns get themselves a 6.
This is brutal for Unjustified at the moment. There are so many opportunities to win these fights, but every duel that Nouns takes, they just win it. The B players have not been having a fun time trying to hold on versus CJ, who is 10-1 to lead this one off. It just feels hopeless sometimes when you have the T's wide swinging you, and they just hit the first bullet every time.
Just unrelenting right now. There's no answers.
They're berserkers, man.
All of them as well. Well, just one player claiming that title. Everyone likes to push this game to the limit here. They do trade things out to a 1-for-1. This control that they maintain is so valuable here.
Yeah, even Cynic playing back behind the boxes. He's even going to call in his teammate and Marky to try and clear out some angles for him. Now he's kind of trapped in this position. Now we can call in for some backup. Seb, though, wide swing, 5-7. And that's actually a gun retrieve now. Still needs more.
Those smokes right there. You don't want to give up your life.
Cyrix on the edge of the smoke. There you go. Entry kill onto CJ, who has been on a rampage. And a 2 versus 4. Safety for the bomb plant. Not guaranteed, but Seb now on the reload. And Carson will punish that, and Marky's going to drag it back too. 2v2, but Cyrix turns back for that kill. Carson up in the clutch. Will he be granted the space to reposition? Instead, he'll hand his side over to Lake. And a very unlikely round 1 there by Unjustified.
Beautiful rounds just to sneak on away right there. Just to deny that spree of rounds there. It feels like one that you're not super in the running for. You had some players buying into it. You had some not so interested right there. But good thing Cyrix had the AWP. He's able to have impact. And as you can see, I mean, a huge risk in the investments here. But Cyrix does enough to warrant it in this sort of round here, and so does Seb for that matter.
Yeah.
One kill would have been good, but 17 HP and another is fantastic.
That's honestly kind of been a problem for Cyrix on his AWP work, is he hasn't been the most active op presence. He's been trying to get most of his impact in the mid rounds, and you know, he's kind of a victim of his own positioning and a victim of the system, right? But able to actually get himself into the right areas to have a really good impact, and that op is going to be so important to shut down players like CJ who has just been manhandling the rifle anchors on both sites, everywhere, on both maps. I mean, talked about Mirage as well, where he was just gunning it up middle, and like it felt like no one had a chance to even shoot back versus him. He's going to be instrumental in shutting down the entry power.
And he is here. Faster play towards middle, though, looking to kick it into gear, though. Lake defends valiantly, able to start things off with a lovely opening pick, but has to figure out his way out of this round right now. Molly's going to encapsulate him. Another chance with the kill. Ichi's going to finish the job.
It will, even with the bounce, just 10 damage, all that's needed. So a 4-on-4, but Arcade gonna get flashed on through it with Wolfie. Coordinated aggression here from Unjustified. Continues the push. Spots out B-Wills, and there's the 2-for-1 they were looking for.
Exactly the sort of trades that they need here, maintaining the man advantage, but it's up to Seb to defend on this B side of the map, and he's being bypassed by CJ's deep aggression. Flash avoided. Will it lead to a swing from Seb?
Seb is just gonna play it patiently, though. He's gonna wait. He knows he has Wolfie coming through from Cave. You don't want to give up the advantage so early. Over time being burnt here, but knife out for Cynic. Oh, but he just missed it. The timing is unbelievable here. That is a round-winning factor. The backstab from Cynic is good enough. Headshot to Wolfie. CJ now can clean up the CT spawn players as they run desperately to get on that bomb. Start a defuse. A great shot from Cyrix. And another from Seb. But they can't find the bomb! Oh no, Unjustified, excellent kills, but they're all gonna go down to the bomb.
They went straight for default, but the bomb was planted on the edge for ramp right there, so they end up just dazed and confused with the smoke shrouding any sort of vision. Some confusion right there in the heat of the moment. Honestly, Nouns giving them the opportunity to win what felt like an impossible retake. As you can see, CJ swinging for the fences right there. Seb winning a tough duel. Just not enough in the tank. And both of them go down as well, which is just the icing on the cake right there for Nouns.
Oh, man. They're just... It's like they don't got their glasses on. They can't find the bomb. They're feeling around for it. In the dark. It's just tough stuff. When you get all the kills... Even... You know, the victim of bad timing there. Does Carson recognize anything? Nope. That arcade's just a wall to him. But a quick trade back from Marky will answer.
This doesn't linger here, but it's gonna maintain there with Lake finding a nice little pick again. Turning the sides for his team right now. Wolfie wants to peek forward though. CJ gonna give him a duel and the off angle. He manages to recover his aim in time. Sticks around for more.
Yeah, and helped out with Lake. He wanted to join together with a double swing. Always the game plan here for Unjustified. Cynic's going to try and speed through onto the B site. Fly through the smokes here. He might have an isolated fight even on towards these long players. He'll be granted a plant. A lot of respect given here towards Cynic. He even gets a reposition. Takes a 1v1 fight, but Cyrix is playing confident Counter-Strike right now. It'll be the third round for Unjustified.
Tough to deal with right there. Not a possible clutch in that sort of situation. Not giving them those chances that they'd hoped for. It's some good defensive measures coming through from the entirety of Unjustified here. I love the buddy up in towards shelf, the constant fighting that they're willing to do here. Wolfie laying his life on the line for these positive advantage trades here. Nouns running out of funding to keep the pressure applied.
And, I mean, they've kept the pressure applied still to Unjustified. Money still bottomed out for most of the squad. Look at this, just a rain of utility over towards the B lane side. They're trying to stop any sort of fast case play. They want Wolfie to get established here. Wolfie doesn't know what's just around the corner. He's being held by two different players. Now they start to walk up. Wall bangs are excellent. He hears the tags, goes for the kill. Wolfie steals an opener.
That one was easier than Wolfie might have expected right there. Like you said, echolocating right there onto Cynic. Now they want more. Cyrix again in a perfect position to deal with this ramp progression. Just a little tip of the dome right there on the vision, but it's not going to be a good defensive measure from Seb. Luckily, Wolfie stands close by, and he's going to start to lock things down.
Has to change mags, though, and Marky closes in that time. 3 versus 3, but an excellent molly available, and it's going to land right onto the default plant, but doesn't get the kills as a result. Such low HP for everyone involved. 1 HE could take them all down, but just holding on. But now, maybe the kills start to roll off. Lake knows that one player's close, and it's going to get the finisher on a Carson, but there's a headshot from B-Wills. Low HP for both the remaining players. Cyrix is going to give it a go. Out in the open here for B-Wills. Yop going to sneak across, though. Excellent awareness there from Cyrix. Pops up, drags down B-Wills, and an excellent performance so far from Cyrix to keep Unjustified competitive.
Just won't let off the gas here. Continuing to find that success here. Another big round for Cyrix. Stepping up with the AWP. If he can be the difference maker on both halves here, man, will they ever have a chance to lock this one in? Another clutch on offer there. B-Will's hoping for freebie, but denied access. That could have been 8. That could have been more success for Nouns. That could have been kind of breaking the spirits of Unjustified in this first half, but not the case. So they got to deal with a scrappy purchase here to keep things rolling.
Different play here from Wolfie. Gonna make his way outside of cave this round. You know, overall this half, I think it's been good play from Unjustified. But just, I've had a little bit of X Factor go against them. So many rounds where it's been low HP, couldn't find the bomb. That's the difference maker here when it comes to MR12. Right now, Nouns are gonna be just so aggressive. They're gonna break the smoke, hunt down Arcade. And Lake even takes some flak as well.
Already finding an opening there, Carson. Locking in a singular. Cyrix walking right into the crosshair there of Cynic, and I think Cynic's just gonna let that slide there. They're distracting so much, they might force some B re-aggression, and that's exactly what they're hoping for.
The footsteps are dragging so many rotations away, but that's a massive kill coming through from Lake, and what a flick from Cyrix. He's feeling it right now, but the problem, Lake charges into the remainder of Nouns. It was just a fake, a bit of a double fake to be fair. While Marky falls, established post plans for Nouns.
Great positioning here. The 2v2, but another chance for Cyrix. He will be eliminated finally. Cynic gonna put him to rest here. And still into the clutch, still into that 2v2, it's doable, but they have to rely on Seb on this late flank. And Wolfie coming through loud in cave.
Yeah, just trying to draw attention away. But Seb spots both of them instead. And Nouns, they don't even bite down on any of it. They completely fake out Unjustified. 8-4 half. We'll be back in a short one. And so, Nouns taking on Unjustified. The old versus the new. And it looks like the established names are just doing what they do best. Frag their way out of situations. Find Collector McHenry for perhaps the last half.
Maybe.
Maybe we could use some extra rounds.
Run it all again. Fresh set of eyes here. Bomb gonna be planted, locked in here. It's Marky to defend first, and Cyrix just gonna pin him to the wall right there. So we got early success for Unjustified in this post plant.
Excellent. That's one step to getting closer, getting back into the game. These post plants are just so solid at the moment. But Seb, oh, he's just gonna go sky high. Steps on a landmine there, courtesy of Carson. Now Cynic as well. CJ follows up as well. Now the pincer in to try and stop the defuse, which isn't even going down. Lake Arcade jumping through smoke, stops the defuse, gets them all off of it. Unjustified pick up a pistol.
Oh my god, Arcade diving through the smoke right there. Like an absolute champion right there, keeping his team in that one. With that sort of play, so fearful of that bomb being defused. If he goes down too quick, that could have been the chance. That could have been the opportunity on this tough post plant. Downs pull it back piece by piece until Arcade has something to say.
Dude. Those two kills, massive to get Unjustified back into it. Like, I like the fact he takes initiative there. He realized, even though you're down in players, you're like, oh, you gotta play the bomb. To a certain extent, you gotta play off of your teammates there. Arcade recognizes the situation. Of course, Nouns have been so good on Force Spies historically, so never to write anything off. But massive round for Unjustified.
Moving in towards the B side here, or A side rather. They're going to be met with no resistance right now. Just a player inside.
To the smoke.
HE and Spam not doing it. He did one shot with the Deagle, and I think he might have landed the kill, but I guess that'll be taken by Cynic instead.
Yeah, trade back. Wolfie's Galil begins to chew on through the Force Spy, looking to get cleaned up quickly there. Unjustified are going to start a route to open up this second half.
Taking some names. That's going to be this round becoming, you know, only one round to separate these two teams right now. How quickly you can come back there with one Force Spy being lost out. And bam, Unjustified have found themselves on to 7 here for the most part. Just have to get past this USP round. I won't say it's impossible, but...
If anything goes awry, not the first time Nouns have done it on full pistols, but on Mirage they had at least a saved rifle to work with. This one's a little different. Cyrix will eat a dink to start off, but gonna start farming up the rest, even take out the Deagle. And helped out by Lake. This should just be a cleanup. That's what happens when you take the Force Spy. You kind of just coast to the opening 3 rounds in a row. Not much Counter-Strike to be played here for Nouns. This next round will really set the tone.
And it will. I mean, it might even determine if Unjustified take a lead, or if Nouns find their footing once again. Especially managing to evade inevitability. Not for too long. Unjustified up to 7 here. Looking forward. Seeing if they can actually pull this thing off again. Nouns obviously trying for that Pro League position here, but...
Oh yeah.
All the work that they put through ought to be taken down by a scrappy young team in Unjustified. It just might even extend their favor. That'd build them up enough confidence. If you can take down Nouns, you can take down anyone in this lower bracket.
Yeah, Party Astronauts versus Evil Geniuses are still locked in combat. We could be good for a rematch from the upper bracket if things continue the way of Party Astronauts.
Boss got sent southbound. M80 got the 2-0.
Yep.
And they still only have lost a single map.
This entire season. And the team that they lost it to, they just 2-0'd. So, yeah. That's a terrifying team.
Roster.
M80 off the Pro League. And Slack's putting on a masterclass as well. For now, it's going to be a pop out of A main, though, for Unjustified on this first gunner, but an excellent HE. Doesn't matter. A better entry from Wolfie. CJ sees a shoulder patch, and he goes down. Carson looking for the spam, but instead he'll be returned some. Unjustified are looking to equal the scoreline. Old versus new, baby.
Run away. Get as far as you can right now. Unjustified storming forward on towards the site. Nothing you can do about that triple swing. You can see the preparedness right there, trying to lock down an off angle. The HE was good. They had some promising signs there from Nouns, but get blasted by the wide swing. And again, it's some of the more experienced members here. You got Wolfie playing a great game. You got Cyrix with that incredible first half, but they're going to need every last inch of effort here to pull this one across the line. They have that form right now. Starting to step up. Arcadian finds an exit. Marky's down.
That is massive. Nouns are a team who have Pro League sites, right? They're a team who has been to Pro League. Of course. So... Oh, they haven't been to Pro League, but they've been to Challenger Series. They've been to multiple international events. They've kind of
won the Cash Cup circuit as well, right?
Exactly, right? This has been their year.
That led to a massive boot camp in Europe here recently.
Yeah. They went to IEM Dallas as well. Keep that in mind as well. Like, this has been Nouns' year. But they've missed kind of that Pro League appearance.
That might be a bit of a curse here for them, especially if you let things slip to Unjustified, head out early in the ECL. Do not want to let that slip. Might not have the option to. Unjustified continuing to press it onto the floor right now. 2 rifles. Rest have pistols. These are the sort of Noun buys that you and so many other teams have fallen victim to here.
For now, flashing through. I mean, giving Marky a chance, but just a chance is all. B-Wills, though, does get a rifle up, but not enough. But the bomb down. Oh my goodness.
It's behind a smoke.
And Carson, I mean, he's gonna get himself a rifle too, but the thing is, Cynic falls in middle, but a massive shot from CJ. Now the thing is here, Unjustified, they know Carson's on his own. He falls back in towards the double doors, recognizes it, and finds a headshot. Seb down to 11 HP as well. The bomb is right in front of Carson, and they're going to win this round. A huge turnaround on the eco here for Nouns.
I mean, again, it's just one of those heartbreaking losses right there that you just can't give Nouns the inches into right there. But they drop the bomb right on the floor and keep coverage of it. Carson just breaking the hearts, helped out by CJ. Unjustified, fortunately, still have plenty of economy, but again, those sort of rounds are so devastating. It's finally a break in their streak here.
This game has the intensity. This game has the back and forth. Look at this, the sprint from Lake. He's gonna win the head-to-head fight versus Marky. Night and day from these first 2 maps as well. Lake is stepping up.
It's fantastic stuff here. Lake is hungry on Vertigo. He showed it full effect there. He wants it on Ancient too. Might just take it by force here. Doing good damage on a CJ as well. Further extending his 49 HP left to take a chunk off the A defender here on CJ. And they're leaving this A side incredibly vulnerable. In fact, they might just gamble against it. Stack all their cards over towards B and middle. That's what's happening right now. Are they right? It looks like they're right.
Kind of Wolfie has the radar up. Listening for footsteps moving between the sites, but so far everything's been silent. What's the play here for Unjustified? Are we just gonna shift walk? The double setup, high-low. Now it's only just the high part of the setup. B-Will's laying on top of the boxes. Now, probably gonna have a teammate join him shortly. The molly goes in, and B-Wills will be victorious versus Lake. An excellent delay utility on towards ramp side. Cynic, though, struggles for the fight. 20 seconds, still time to turn around. Still searching for entries. Carson will get traded out. And now it's a 2 versus 3, but B-Will's gonna make a play around the smoke. 10 seconds remaining. Bomb now on the floor. Wolfie needs both kills. The first, B-Will's gonna try and tuck away. He knows where he is. Wolfie's trying to hunt down the frag. Knife out. Ring around the rosy. Can't get him. Double digits for Nouns.
Oh, B-Will's gonna go down at the end of it there. Wolfie gonna find the kill, but it's just too little, too late. Nouns escape. Near certain death in that round by stacking 4 players on that B bomb site right there. It was a gamble call that we mentioned in the 4v5 that they called out so incredibly early, and it ends up working out. They walk right into the hands there on Unjustified, and it's just enough in the tank there. Wolfie, try as you might, you just can't loop around there in time. More frustration here for this young team.
Man, it is so close, so unbelievably close, painstaking. But also, Nouns are just barely scrapping together, while Unjustified have the bank balance of winning the opening 4 rounds. Look at this. Cynic. His back is literally right up against Lake's right now. Swing is there, and it's another double kill from Lake! Huge! Beneath him, though, is CJ. But Lake is not extending. Lake is not extending forward. He's gonna get another Lake! Triple kill for his team!
Like, trying to put this one on his back right now. So many frustrating rounds in a row. 2 back-to-back now for Unjustified. But Lake just swipes it all aside, nullifies all the pain. Especially if they can win this round here. It can be right back into that contention here. That back and forth continues. Again, they go for the gamble call here on Nouns, but this time they gamble wrong on that A-bomb site. The full execution rolls in, and they mosey their way on up into an open bomb site. A 2v3 post-plant should be starting soon.
Like, what an unbelievable turnaround from that kind of player. Lake starts, you know, his ECL campaign on a team like Snake's Den, who would sit bottom of the table in ECL. Now, oh, his work might go in vain. 2 kills back and forth. Seb now knows where the last player is in CJ. He's gonna play up close to the site. He's gonna bring the fight to him, but CJ wins it. Nouns are winning every important duel. They're now up 3.
You just really can't compete with the experience here of this roster, man. Even when they're put in so many tough situations, even when players like Lake just determine this round, or at least what it feels like it, it's all meaningless when they pull up these clutches, when they hang in there by threads. CJ unrelenting, same with Marky. They just won't give in. They're gonna have to fight for every last step on Justified. Nothing comes for free right now for these guys.
I mean, you can't even blame Seb for the swing. Like, theoretically, CJ is supposed to be so focused on towards that ramp position that he's not supposed to expect the wide swing, but he does anyways. That is just the raw experience from Nouns. These individuals so powerful. And now they're gonna keep going. Wide swing here from Marky. And mid control established. Right now, it's so tentative. Smoke spam as well. Carson, it's gonna be Arcade falling victim to Marky.
Just want to brute force their way out middle here, but Marky and Carson both double defending these smokes, making sure that no one gets past Lake. Now next to take the risk here. He's been so effective, and Marky not going to want to test him here. Just gets in that off angle.
He's chasing for it. Like, is he gonna make the prediction where he is? Watch out the player. Gonna go first man battle, and Marky's gonna win it. Oh my goodness. 3 versus 5 here.
The smoke for Marky. He just finds 2 to give his team the advantage right now.
Oh, Wolfie's searching for a kill. It's a bit desperate now. But Cyrix does answer one back. Aggression on B ramp. 45 seconds to think about it.
They lost one of their heavier entry prowess, but Cyrix looks to step up in that role right now. Again, time is ticking against him. Wolfie in a great position to lurk in towards this B site. Ramp is kind of open right now for free. But Marky's still going to be able to deliver some defense here from Cave.
Yeah, and spam I like this from Marky. He just baited forward the push from Wolfie, fired some shots off, made it seem like his attention was drawn, and now the plant denied by B-Wills. Seb put in just an impossible situation. He'll at least get a bomb plant, but he's about to be swarmed by every angle you possibly can be on this B site. And he's not doing well against any of these targets. It is series points for Nouns.
Attention turned every which way. No chance in this world here. Marky just gonna rip that from them here. 2 through the smoke, 1 on the arcade, 1 on the lake. And he even finds a 3K. Like you said, covering in that mid angle, making sure that they don't get caught off guard. Wolfie with his alert gets denied. And so will Unjustified here. 4 in a row required. 4 series points to move forward and eliminate Unjustified. They put up one hell of a fight. But they got to be flawless from this point forward in regulation.
I mean, they've had so many opportunities. But Nouns, they find new ways to win rounds every time. They're going to have to find a way to win this one. Wolfie out middle, a 1-for-1.
Lost his A control already. Rushing on in here. Carson desperate to try and recover this. Might be able to beat him to the punch because of this slow crawl from Unjustified, but they might speed things up now.
Yeah, Carson has to do everything on his own, though. He is on a very, very small island here. Gonna swing for the fight. Cyrus will sideline him. This is the first step for Unjustified.
On planted here. They're gonna start the pose plan already. Getting those numbers ticking here. If you're on the side of Nouns, do you want to call the save in? You got rounds to work with, but it looks like they still want to make this retake happen.
And, well, they'll get punished for it. The money might bottom out here for Nouns if they don't hold on to these remaining weapons. So it's time to head off to the hills. So Unjustified will at least get some ground back. Series is not done yet.
Decisive right there, as they need to be. Unjustified finding that success here. Wolfie swinging out for the fences towards middle, playing like he's got nothing to lose here. Like there's no stress on his shoulders, like he's not 4 rounds down up against this Nouns roster. Maybe that's the sort of energy you need to take into these next couple. Big questions here ahead. They're gonna have money for the force buy. They're gonna have money to keep the pressure on. Unjustified still. If this round is converted here, they find themselves in a good position. Unjustified chugging through their timeouts. Something that I've seen a lot of teams do is once your opponent gets onto that series point and you got yourself a close game, you know that overtime's required, you use all those timeouts. You really make sure you talk through the game plan here. You get an extra timeout in overtime, so wouldn't be the worst of ideas to use all the resources here to make sure that you stay alive in this one.
Gotta get the mental in order as well. You gotta buckle down for the next 3 rounds. Take it round by round. I think the most important part of the mental game is just to remove yourself from the context of the situation, because that's gonna occupy yourself when you're trying to frag out. Nouns, though, they always play without pressure. I think that's one of the redeeming factors about this team, no matter the situation. No matter the intensity. Play the same game, whether it burns them or benefits them.
Absolutely, no question about it. Started to think that there was some pressure encapsulating them when things were all tied up at 8s. When Unjustified was taking advantages, but we get back to that same old Nouns team here. Wolfie looking to sell a fake on this A side. He's left alone.
Okay, and he's done a great job at it. Cynic pushes past with nades in hand, and now the walkthrough. Oh, Lake first bullets, B-Wills. And well, CJ will clean up Arcade eventually. It's a retake effort, but it might not be that in a moment. Marky tries to seize the opportunity, but it's a 2 versus 2. But walking through the smoke here, Carson, MP9 up close. Lake passes both tests. A 4K for him, and it's double digits for Unjustified.
Like, just keeping them in this one. Not the first time he's had a monumental multi-kill. And this time it does lead to a round conversion. How are you supposed to get away with that? Shift walking through a smoke. You would never give him the advantage. But he's able to catch him asleep at the wheel right there. And he doesn't stop at just 1 or 2. No, he takes 4 with him. And that's going to level out this economy here. It's broken him completely. We're going to nearly all the rounds here might be required. And unless they make something happen with these USPs, we're getting every last round here on Ancient.
And it's not looking like it because Unjustified are just going to throw a full-blown A-side execute. No worries about this one. And there's just hardly any resistance, just an armorless USP boosted. And even that, then Carson's not going to take that chance. A little bit messy on the inroads, but just some smoke spam. All that can be offered up. Cynic does slide on past, but if he had any other gun, that could have been dangerous. Wait a minute. Let him cook. USPs. Running through. Carson gets another. Oh my goodness! No way. This can't be how it ends for Unjustified. USPs flying through smokes. Could be the end of them. B-Wills with another headshot. Seb must pull off a clutch. Against these armorless pistols, he runs out of ammunition. They're getting closer to the guns as well. Searching for him. Needs to continue the spray, but Marky runs out of ammo. Every round of regulation required.
Oh man, it's just enough. It's just enough to give them the grace right there. Unjustified. Breathe a sigh of relief as they close themselves out around. How's Carson getting away with this, you question? And it nearly cost them everything. It nearly cost them their playoffs opportunity, but they will still stand tall as Seb delivers. He missed an opportunity on the clutch on the 1v2 earlier. He finally is able to deliver right there. Up against the pistol, sure, but it's just as impactful, and it means that your playoffs, your season, your year really could come to an end right there.
Can Unjustified keep the dream alive? Lake has been doing it. Round after round, he's got Marky pinned as well, and there's another opener.
Well, can't this man do right now? Incredible performance on Vertigo in that map win here, and bringing that level into Ancient right now. Opener after opener, first kill after first kill. This guy just doesn't stop here. Left on low HP, but taking Marky down. So impactful here. There's going to be a slow crawl back. Nouns find themselves in a man deficit. CJ left all on his lonesome with no rotates close by, but you do start to see them hit the
Huge
jets
info.
Back on in.
B-Wills have just cleared out all of B main. So look at this. Unjustified have taken too much time on this one. Cynic in position with an AWP, but it's not the kill. The nade might be a double, though.
Oh, no.
And it is! Lake and Seb are down. Cynic with a third. Back of triple. Cyrix falls next, and Arcade needs to pull up the 1v3 for the season here for Unjustified. Walking through the smoke. It's just desperation here from Arcade. CJ watching. There's the first. But Carson, he knows where he is. He has to hand his back as well over to B-Wills. And Nouns will end the dream for Unjustified. 13-11. 2-1. Close as can be.
They hang in there for so very long. Unjustified put up such a great effort right there. But it's just not allowed by Nouns. They're just not going to let that happen. Not this season. Maybe in the future, the new...